So let's go ahead and walk through one more centripetal force practice problem together. In this case, we've got a car. Let's say this car is just turning in circles in a parking lot. Okay. First thing I want you to do is draw the direction of the vector for our centripetal force in this case, and then tell me what real force is it that's causing our centripetal force. So you should have drawn the direction for our centripetal force is right there, right towards the center of the circle. And then you should have answered that the real force that is causing our centripetal force is the force due to friction. So the friction force between the tires and the road. But now I'm going to change things up a little bit. Let's say that this car is not traveling the circle at a constant velocity. Let's say that while it's traveling the circle, that it is also slowing down. If that's the case, then which is the direction of the sum vector of our forces acting on this vehicle? And here are the answer choices that I want you to choose from. You should have answered that the direction for the sum of our vectors was C. And the reason why is because we still have a centripetal force acting on our car. That centripetal force is going towards point B, right? But in addition to that, we also have a force that is causing a change in velocity this direction. The reason why we know it's this direction is because it's slowing down and it's got a positive velocity going this way. As it loses velocity in that direction, we know it's experiencing a force or an acceleration to the right. So the sum of those two forces would be answer choice C, because as you can see, it has an x component of its force, which would be point D right there, and it has a y component of its force, which would be point B over here. And so the sum of those two forces is going to be vector C. And that's why C is our correct answer. So continue working on problems like this. The more exposure, the more practice you get with these types of questions, the more prepared you will be for the MCAT, especially since the MCAT is so good at presenting information in a way you've never seen before. And as you see a greater variety of questions regarding these topics, your mind will be more prepared to adapt to the unfamiliar questions you're going to see on the MCAT.